Good morning, and you find us in the woods today on a lovely day. It's absolutely stunning, and it's going to warm up as well. And considering a few weeks back it was snowing and -8, what a change. Well, Russ is behind me now, and he's putting up his great big huge new Onetigris hammock tent, and I've brought my Onetigris little teepee tent with me. And I've actually brought my stove with me as well. Not that it's going to be that cold, but I think it's probably the only opportunity I'm going to get to use it before it does warm up too much. I think it's dropping to about 0 in the night. Not particularly cold, but then my sleep system's a bit different this time. I'm trying something new out, which you will see later. Tools for the campout are my silky zubat. I think that's how you pronounce it. Where I am now, I don't have to cut up very big timber, nothing really bigger than 4 inches, so I thought I'd give this a good going over. And I didn't bring an axe with me today because I brought this baby. First outing for the Fallkniven Modern Bowie. And I'm lucky because right next to camp there's a small fallen tree, and I'm going to be sectioning that up now and getting a fire going with this and the zubat. Here's a tree. I'm going to see if I can pull it now out of the way a bit and do my stuff. That ain't going to happen, so I'll get the saw out. Pussy! Well, that didn't want to come down. Well, the bottom of the tree was soaking. It flew through it. It's nice and dry up here. I think I'll have a chop. Well, it chops okay, nowhere near as efficient as a saw. Was moving about a bit, so makes chopping a bit more difficult. I'll leave them two there because it'll keep it upright, easier for sawing. Now, I don't actually need to section this up and split it down to light this fire. There's so much branches coming off it, I can just light them. But I like to make a feather stick, so I'm just going to do the one and try it with the big Bowie. This is definitely when this saw excels. When you're holding with one hand, sawing with the other, small stuff. Brilliant. Well, Russ's carving of delights is up. This thing's huge. You could have a party in here. I gotta get one of these. I just got to. You pleased with it, Russ?
Very.
Yes, it's quite spacious.
Very spacious.
I think you need a stove to go in it now. Yeah.
Next acquisition.
Next acquisition. We all like toys. I'm going to put the fire lighting on hold because it's nice and warm here. There's no bugs here, so don't really need it just yet. But we do want a cup of coffee, and I've got a new coffee press, and I'm going to put that on now on my little homemade alcohol stove and get a brew on. And if you want to know how to make one of these, I've got a video on it. I got the windbreak around there so it doesn't get crushed. Now, I was thinking of boiling the water, then putting the coffee on top, but I think I'll put the coffee in on the top now, so it percolates a bit. There we go. 2 big heaped spoonfuls, because Russ likes his coffee. Right. I say this is my first go at doing this. Now what? Brand new jet lighter, 89p for 2. Yep. Well, that was probably the most labour intensive water I've ever put on the boil in my life, and it'll probably take forever to boil, but I don't care because I got plenty of time. Something I got to share with you boys. Russ is tree strap bag for his hammock. On our first trip to Sweden, there was a lot of tree sap on the trees, and Russ improvised. So look at it, Russ. A raisins bag. And that's about a 10-year-old raisins bag. Like poor thing hasn't got enough money to buy a nice little bag, but it does the job. You know, it's stiff. Size. It's a perfect size. He loves it.
Perfect.
Well, Russ has gone to bed. This thing is incredible. Now, before I start hacking away at this is perfect feather stick wood. That is what you're looking for. About that size. Okay, it can be a bit less of a diameter, that doesn't matter, but about that length, with the bark peeling off, it is absolutely bone dry and knot free. Perfect. Oh, perfect.
Is the coffee made?
No,
Oh, I was just.
it's taking forever.
I was just wondering. That's what I thought it was doing. I either missed out or that.
Those are what you're looking for. Perfect feather stick wood. I think I ejaculated a bit then. Hang on. Ah, when it didn't split properly. Son of a bitch. So that's percolated. And that's out. Get your cup, Benders. Oh fuck. I'm going to use this just in case. I'm going to spoil it by putting milk in it, but I'll give it a try. Nothing wrong with that. So no more shit coffee in the woods, thanks to Phil. Cheers, Phil. Well, now that I've had my coffee, and it was a nice cup of coffee, fair play, I'll make a few feather sticks with this. Now, I don't know if you guys follow Northwest Primate, but that guy can really make feather sticks. And he does it by whacking his big knife in a log and pulling them back and forth. Now, I'm not very good at this. I'll be absolutely honest about it. Usually when I try it, I can't get the knife to stay in the log solid enough and it just moves. But one good thing about this, you got that exposed tang and I can whack it in. To get it's usable but not brilliant. I'll give it another go. Ah, shit. Well, I think I need a lot more practice at that, so I'm going to call it a day now. You don't need to see any more of that. I got my bush tool on my belt, so I can make nice feather sticks. I'll give it a go now, regular method. Well, it's not too bad, but it is a bit long for it. I'll try the knee method. Nah, it's not brilliant. But then, what do you expect from a knife this big? And I'll be honest with you, I got a pretty bad wrist at the moment, and holding things steady is a bit difficult. Don't know what the hell I've done to it. Get the bush tool out. It's such a nice day, it's unbelievable. Well, my fire's ready to go whenever I decide to light it, but as I said earlier, there's no bugs, and if I want a cuppa, I can always fire up the alcohol stove, although I have packed it away. I'll show you now my textbook fire lighting setup. So feather sticks in the sun, so they are going to be bone dry. My kindling in the sun, bone dry. Few splits, what I didn't make in the feather sticks. My second stage kindling and a bit of fuel, and then there's plenty of fuel around here, just need to saw it up for this evening. Put my tent up then. Now I'm going to level with you. I hate putting this tent up. I can't stick putting this tent up. Done. I don't know if there's some knack to it. If there is, point me in the right direction. Well, it's up and it's taut. Now, what I was thinking of doing was putting a tripod up and hanging it. Now that it's in the right place, we'll see. Oh, one more thing. I've changed the pegs. I use these pegs all the time, and I keep them in a separate peg bag. And these are very good pegs. They're aluminium, they're light, but they're thick, and they do not bend. I gotta show you guys something. Russ's tent bag, his tent peg bag, is really impressive.
Start again. It's for me tree straps to stop the sap from getting on the hammock.
Right. There we are, the most labour-intensive putting a pot on the boil in the woods I've ever done. Start it again because I spoke too fast. And Americans will not understand a word I say. Start again.
Sorry, Rob.
The fucking pole's on the one.